Joaquin El Chapo Guzman will spend the rest of his life behind bars. He's currently incarcerated in the Supermax Federal Prison in Florence, Colorado, nestled in the Rocky Mountains. Meanwhile, 900 miles south, in the Sinaloa Mountains, his cartel continues to run at full throttle, as if he were personally giving instructions to his people. The marijuana and opium poppy plantations are still in operation. The narco labs churn out synthetic drugs 7 days a week. Clandestine airstrips hidden in the mountains continue to receive small aircrafts loaded with cocaine from Central and South America. El Chapo's hometown of Badiraguato, where his mother Maria Consuelo Loera resides, is heavily fortified by hundreds of sicarios who remain loyal to the Guzman family. But who oversees these operations? Who now reigns in La Tuna and the other towns of the Sinaloa Mountains where El Chapo was once king? The answer is simple. Guano Guzman Loera, also known as El Guano, El Chapo's brother, is considered an old-school drug trafficker and the leader of a growing faction within the Sinaloa cartel. But who is this relatively unknown older brother of El Chapo? How influential is his role in Mexico's drug trade? What is his relationship with the Chapitos and with Ismael El Mayo Zambada? In this episode of Illicit Investigations, we journey to the Sinaloa Mountains to unveil the life and true power of Guano Guzman Loera, one of the most violent leaders of the Sinaloa cartel, operating across several states bordering the U.S. and controlling drug production in a significant part of Mexico's Golden Triangle. Hold on tight as we embark on a journey to Sinaloa to unmask one of Mexico's most enigmatic drug kingpins, the bloodthirsty brother of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. The Golden Triangle is an area located in the Sierra Madre Occidental mountain range in northern Mexico, encompassing the states of Sinaloa, Chihuahua, and Durango. This region has historically been the epicenter of marijuana and opium poppy plantations and the stronghold of the Sinaloa cartel. It's also the birthplace of notorious drug lords such as Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, Rafael Caro Quintero, Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, and Arturo Beltran Leyva. Tamazula, Durango is a small town nestled within this area and was one of the preferred locations for secret meetings between Joaquin El Chapo Guzman and Ismael El Mayo Zambada with politicians and high-ranking military commanders. This choice stemmed from Tamazula's difficult-to-reach location and its hidden escape routes, crucial in case the Mexican Marines launched operations to apprehend cartel leaders. Since January 2023, the Mexican military has intensified its operations in Tamazula due to intelligence reports indicating that a high-ranking member of the Sinaloa cartel has been hiding there. This individual is none other than Guano Guzman Loera, a septuagenarian brother of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, who assumed control of a significant portion of the cartel's operations after El Chapo was extradited to the U.S. in 2017. Also known as El Guano, Guano Guzman faces indictment from the federal court in Tucson, Arizona, for trafficking cocaine, heroin, and fentanyl. The U.S. government has offered a $5 million reward for any information leading to his capture. El Guano heads a highly profitable faction of the Sinaloa cartel, operating from the Golden Triangle, managing extensive marijuana and opium poppy cultivations for heroin production. He coordinates the transportation of these drugs to border towns in Sonora and Chihuahua, facilitating their smuggling into the U.S. In addition to his criminal activities, El Guano has a specific mission, protecting his mother, Maria Consuelo Loera, and his sisters, Armida and Bernarda, who still reside in the Sinaloa Mountains in the municipality of Badiraguato. Over the past decade, numerous international media outlets have sought access to film in Badiraguato and even interview El Chapo's mother. The person responsible for granting access to foreign visitors in this area is El Guano. The mountain roads from Culiacan to Badiraguato are patrolled by El Guano's men, and anyone traveling through them must pass cartel checkpoints. Miguel Angel Vega, one of Mexico's most renowned fixers, who has assisted dozens of media crews in accessing the Golden Triangle, met El Guano in person a few years ago. He described him as highly analytical, distrustful, and frighteningly cold-blooded. One of the first things that Joaquin El Chapo Guzman did when he escaped from the Altiplano prison in Mexico on July 11, 2015, was to arrange a meeting with his brother Aureliano at a ranch in the Sinaloa Mountains. During the meeting, El Chapo slapped El Guano in the face because he had killed their half-brother Ernesto Guzman Hidalgo without authorization. El Guano had encountered issues with Ernesto in their business dealings and had decided to kill him in Badiraguato. El Guano has always remained loyal to his brother El Chapo Guzman, but he has preferred to work independently from his family members. He leads a faction of the Sinaloa cartel known as Los Guanos, which provides support to other cartel members when needed, but also conducts his own drug operations. Despite the distant relationship between El Guano and the Chapitos, for the sake of Doña Consuelo, El Chapo's mother, they have never engaged in a war. Both Aureliano and Ivan Archivaldo, the elder of the Chapitos, are strong-willed and power-hungry, and their egos have come close to clashing, but they have always respected the family's unity. After El Chapo Guzman's arrest in January 2016 in Los Mochis, Sinaloa, one of his closest friends and allies, Damaso Lopez Nunez, also known as El Licenciado, and his son Damaso Lopez Serrano, aka El Minilik, engaged in a bloody war in Sinaloa with the Chapitos for control of the territory. During several months of hostilities and numerous deaths in various Sinaloan towns, El Guano supported his nephews in defeating the Damasos. In May 2017, Damaso Lopez Nunez was captured in Mexico City and later extradited to the U.S. 2 months later, his son El Minilik surrendered to the DEA at the Calexico border crossing in California. El Guano is discreet and powerful. Much of the information that the U.S. government has about him has been provided by Damaso Lopez Nunez and his son. The most significant business partners of El Guano in Mexico are the Salguero Navarez brothers. Originally hailing from the state of Chihuahua, the Salgueros formed an alliance with Joaquin El Chapo Guzman around 2007 to wrest control of Ciudad Juarez from the Juarez cartel, led in those years by Vicente Carrillo Fuentes, also known as El Viceroy. In this conflict, El Chapo Guzman employed a faction of the Sinaloa cartel known as Gente Nueva, a group of sicarios specially trained to take control of various territories in Mexico. The Salguero Navarez brothers, led during those years by Noel, also known as El Flaco, were tasked with seizing all the border crossing points in Chihuahua for El Chapo Guzman, facilitating the smuggling of drug shipments into the United States. El Guano assumed responsibility for managing these drug trafficking operations in collaboration with the Salguero Navarez brothers, who served as the leaders of the Gente Nueva faction in northern Mexico. They established the trafficking routes from the Golden Triangle to the border towns in Chihuahua and later expanded their operations to the state of Sonora to introduce drugs into Arizona. Noel Salguero Navarez was apprehended in 2011 in Culiacan and subsequently extradited to the United States 8 years later. Nevertheless, his brothers Ruperto, Jose, and Heriberto continued their involvement in the criminal enterprise, maintaining their alliance with El Guano. In fact, Ruperto is named in the same indictment as Aureliano Guzman. El Guano has 2 sons and 1 daughter. Both of his sons work alongside with him and are considered 2 of the most powerful narco juniors in Culiacan. They closely collaborate with the younger generation of the Salguero Navarez family. This video captured the moment on May 19, 2020, when Jose Brayon Salguero Zapata, also known as El 90, was apprehended by Mexican soldiers during a religious ceremony in a church in Culiacan. By his side stood his friend and business partner Elian Guzman, alias El Chico, who was one of El Guano's sons. In another video, a dispute unfolds at the Casanova bar in Culiacan, ultimately escalating to shootings. The individual holding an arm and threatening another person is Aureliano Guzman Araujo, known as El Guanito. He also works with his father and is notorious in Culiacan for his aggressive and confrontational nature. According to Mexican intelligence reports, aside from their involvement in drug operations concerning marijuana and heroin produced in the Golden Triangle, El Guano and his sons run fentanyl labs in the surrounding areas of Culiacan. They also maintain a significant alliance with a Colombian drug trafficker named Jobanes de Jesus Avila, aka Chiquito Malo, who currently leads the Clan del Golfo, Colombia's most powerful criminal organization. This group traffics cocaine through maritime and air routes to Central America and Mexico. El Guano is an important client for Chiquito Malo, receiving drug shipments through the port of Mazatlan in Sinaloa, as well as via air routes using Cessna aircrafts originating from Central America, which land in clandestine airstrips in the Golden Triangle. El Guano operates a financially robust criminal enterprise and does not rely on other leaders of the Sinaloa cartel, such as Ismael El Mayo Zambada. In fact, they maintain a distant relationship and avoid conflicts over routes or territories. Despite maintaining a low profile, El Guano has demonstrated a ruthless and unyielding disposition towards his adversaries. During the frustrated arrest of Ovidio Guzman by the Mexican military in October 2019, El Guano dispatched from the Sinaloa Mountains a convoy of 150 sicarios to assist in the blockade of Culiacan. This move was made at the request of his nephew, Ivan Archibaldo Guzman. In the Sinaloa Mountains, El Guano is regarded as the Lord of La Sierra. This is Illicit Investigations. Subscribe now to our channel to go beyond the headlines.